Hey, what's up, Lightbolt Joe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2019 Hulu original horror comedy film, Little Monsters. Has nothing to do with the 1989 film Little Monsters. This stars Academy Award winner Lupita Nyong'o, Josh Gad, Alexander England. Is that his name? Alexander England? This is an Australian comedy and one of the most interesting zombie movies I've ever seen. I like that zombies and musicals are now becoming more of a thing. Recently there was Anna and the Apocalypse, which was a Christmas zombie musical movie. Incredible movie that it was. We talked about that. And now we have another musical zombie movie. Not a true musical in the sense of when the plot point and the dialogue gets to a certain point, then the plateau of music happens. This had songs throughout. It had Taylor Swift songs throughout. It had Neil Diamond throughout. And then it had Hanson at the very end with Bop. So this film has Alexander's character, is that his name? Alexander England. Alex England, who looks like a Hemsworth brother, right? I guess all Australians actors look like the same. He is an uncle to this child, Felix. Felix is in Lupita Nyong'o's kindergarten class. Audrey Caroline, that is her name. Josh Gad plays Teddy McGiggles, who is straight up Rainbow Randall. If there was any inspiration that I saw from Death to Smoochie, we got to talk about Death to Smoochie. That's the literal train of thought I got. Teddy McGiggles, Rainbow Randall, Smoochie, right? That whole bit. The plot point is David, who is played by Alex, is chaperoning Felix's kindergarten trip to this petting zoo, this farm, this Paradise Plains or something like that, farm, something like that. It's got a petting zoo, it's got a gift shop, it's got putt-putt golf or mini golf. But down the road, 500 kilometers, I think, away, was a U.S. Army base where they were doing some revitalization experiment on dead people, and then it just backfired. So then that's where the zombies came from, right? They took over that base. They traveled down the road, attacked the mini golf course, attacked the petting zoo. And so Lupita's character is trying to make it a game of tag so that way the kids don't get attacked, eaten, destroyed, anything of that nature, right? So her and David go and somehow find their way to a gift shop where Josh Gad's Teddy McGiggles character is actually barricading himself in, and then he just becomes fluent in expletives in front of the kids, and then they all start singing the bad word song, and it's just absolutely hysterical watching Josh Gad scream and curse at little children, knowing that he is Olaf. And he's well versed in interacting with kids. So entertaining. So the concept of getting the kids out of the gift shop, Felix, the younger kid, thinks he's Darth Vader at one point, so he's playing the character. He loves tractors. He grabs a tractor after sneaking out of the gift shop. After many battles with Teddy McGiggles, for that matter, gets all the kids on the tractor, and then they all escape and then are in a quarantine and they all start singing, right? That's the basic plot wraparound. I'm not talking about little subplots and who slept with who when, and this is a graphic, like sexually graphic movie. This is a gory as hell movie. It's just so perfect. Has everything you need in a horror movie. And Lupita just strumming away at her ukulele, singing Shake It Off by Taylor Swift constantly, having Alex's character of David strum away on the ukulele, singing Sweet Caroline, but changing it to Miss Caroline, having the kids play along, having them all stay in this mindset of that it's a game and that they can't get touched by the zombies. It was just so interesting watching this type of dynamic. And every time they were singing and playing the ukulele, the zombies, like, focused and they stopped, trying to attack people. So at the very, we learn this like at night when they're all singing a song and there's just nothing. And then the song stops and then the zombies start moaning again. And then night happens and the kids go to sleep, etc., etc. But at the very end, they're singing more songs as the tractor is going, out past the military, which then stops, everyone in the tracks and then quarantines the kids and all. But the zombies are then singing along with the kids depending on what the ukulele was strumming to. And then afterwards, as the general is debriefing the parents, he has no idea how in the hell Miss Caroline and David had subdued the zombies to get the kids away. It turns out it was music. It was just so interesting because at one specific point, one of the soldiers asked, "Are these the fast zombies or the slow zombies?" And one of the guys goes, "It's the slow zombies." And he said, "Oh, okay, good." So it was fun seeing a different take on a zombie, one who is subdued by the musical rhythms of voice and music and instrument. It was very interesting. It was very unique. It was absolutely hysterical. One thing I absolutely love the most is you watch the trailer for this, right? It says literally, starring Academy Award winner Lupita Nyong'o, Josh Gad, Alexander England, right? It's going down the list. And you just don't expect Lupita Nyong'o to be doing this kind of movie because she's an Academy Award winner, right? But this is why we love Lupita, because she can do whatever she wants. And this movie was so perfect, and it's not being talked about as much as it should be. This is a Hulu original film. It deserves every accolade possible. It needs to be seen by every single person at least 17 times. Another thing I love the most, especially with the trailer too, is there's a scene of all the kids and Lupito and Alex's characters singing "Shake It Off," right? And they're all dancing and strumming away at the ukulele, and they're harmonizing, and they're all singing "Shake It Off." And like that's the theme song of the trailer, you know, the 1.5 minute long trailer showing the zombies attacking a petting zoo and kids have to survive, right? That is the very last scene of the entire movie. You don't really see that often. You don't normally see the very last scene in the trailer of a movie, but it worked perfectly. I have no qualms with this movie at all. It was wonderful. I am so glad I stumbled upon it. I highly recommend it to everyone. Go watch it. Shake it off. Mucho mahalo.